Mark the football inside the Bulldog 5. Close to the 3, driving toward the sunset in Toombs County. 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. This will be a long drive if the Indians finish. Of 76 yards, take it up more than 6 minutes. Can the Dogs get a stop? Here's a handoff to the fullback, cracks the goal line and goes in for the touchdown. The Vidalia Indians drive and score and lead 6-0. Indians 7, Bulldogs nothing. Sean Jones is in the game. The ball's on the left hash. He's the right wing back. If he goes in motion, it would be to the short side of the field. He does. He takes the pitch. He cuts it in. He twists and turns, and he gets in for an Indian touchdown. That'll be a 4-yarder. The Indians have scored on 2 4-yard runs to open up the ball game. So this time a very short drive of roughly 32 yards. The Indians have driven 108 yards and so far scored 13 points against the Toombs County defense. And here's the point after try. Up into the air, and it is good. The Vidalia Indians lead the Toombs County Bulldogs 14-0 as we take a break. You're listening to Bulldog Football on Y101. So here we go, Indians with a motion man, faking the pitch to him, running the football to the right side of the 30, breaking a tackle inside the 25 to the 20 to the 10 is Henry, and he goes all the way in for an Indian touchdown. The Dogs had shots, and they couldn't bring him down. They were tackling. To me, it looked like thigh pads, and those legs were driving, and he scores. So the Bulldogs suddenly are down 20-0. The situation for the Indians, not a good one. 3:58 to go in this possession. It is second down and real long as the Indians will run the football. Here comes a beanbag out because the ball is loose and the Bulldogs are pointing. And the Dogs have recovered a fumble deep on the Indian side. Both teams making mistakes late in this half, and now the Bulldogs with a second chance to put points up on the board. They got the real short field. They're going to start this drive in the red zone after the fumble recovery at the Vidalia 18. But if you can drive and make it a one-touchdown game, it changes that quickly. High snap to Usher. Catches it with one hand and he starts running. Inside the 15, dives down close to the 10-yard line. Usher showing his skill, able to catch that ball and then turn on his speed very quickly. Didn't juggle it, caught it cleanly, reaching out with the right hand. Bronza Jones also an option in the offensive backfield. And there's a pitch to Bronza. Cuts it in. He's got the first down. He's still moving forward down to the 5, and he's tackled. The Dogs are down 21-0. Jaden Sistrunk has slipped into the offensive backfield. He scored 2 B-team touchdowns yesterday in a 20-6 win over Metter. Is he a go-to guy right here? Because he ran the ball very hard yesterday. No, it's Usher up the middle. The senior dives for the goal line. The Bulldogs say touchdown. The officials agree. The Dogs have scored a touchdown with 1:55 to play in the second quarter. And let's see if they can get back into this one. Down by 15. Here comes Rig Tinoco. Rig missed some shots kicking early in his warm-ups today. He was spot on last week. And, of course, last week he nearly booted a 48-yarder. But the sophomore wants to connect on this one with Cameron Panic snapping. Rig Tinoco. Lime green shoes, soccer-style kicker, boots it with the right foot, and here's his shot. Oh, he kicked it well, and it is good. The Toombs County Bulldogs have scored on an 18-yard drive set up by an Indian fumble, and they trail 21-7 with 1:55 to play in the second quarter as we break on Y101. A real good possession receiver. Remember the Bradwell Institute game. He caught a big pass that set up a touchdown drive. And, of course, he also caught the two-point conversion. McBride's going to run the football. Dancing to the right side. Has a first down. Still running. Inside the 25. And finally tackled going to the boundary. Even though it's only third down, remember the Dogs are out of timeouts. The kicker's coming out, And Rig Tinoco, who just barely missed a 48-yarder last week right before halftime, he came up a foot or a yard short on a ball that he hit real well right toward the crossbar, is going to try this time a little shorter kick. It's going to be a 45-yarder with Luke Anderson holding. And if he hits it like he hit it last week, no problem. The 3 yards will make the difference. Tinoco kicking toward the west goal. And let's see if Rig, the sophomore, can finish the half at a little comeback by the Bulldogs. Down 21-0, making it 21-7 with a chance to make it 21-10. Cameron Panic to snap. And the Indians, like they do on television in college and pro games, taking a timeout to make Tinoco think about it. We'll take a break and come back with a kick on Y101. Many years ago, kicking was an iffy thing for the Toombs County Bulldogs. PAT was rare sometimes. They'd go for 2, and they never tried a 3-pointer, but now they have a guy that could boot it, and Rick Tinoco's going to try a 45-yarder with 7.8 seconds remaining in the half. And here's the snap. It's perfect. The place is nice. The kick is up in the air. It's got a chance, and it is gone! Rig Tinoco, who just missed a 48-yarder last week, has booted perfectly a 45-yarder. Not up high in the air, but high enough to move over the crossbar. And with no time left on the clock, he does it. He pulls the Bulldogs to within 11, to within 2 touchdowns at 21-10. Very exciting moment for the Bulldogs and a fantastic comeback in a game in which they were dominated for the first 12-plus minutes by the Vidalia Indians. But the Dogs took control of this game in the second quarter, and now they got a chance. They'll have the football to start off the second half on the kick. We're going to take a break and come back with our Bulldog halftime show. At half, it's Vidalia 21, Toombs County 10 on Y101. Is it desirable for a 4th down go? Because the offense is still out on the field. Well, the Bulldogs try to draw the Indians off. Of course, the quarterback is not under center. Line of scrimmage is the 36.5. Snap to McBride on what looked to be a real busted play. He runs left side. He has a first down. He makes a move to the center of the field. He's running to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. They try to strip the ball out of his hands, and it's loose inside the 25, close to the 21. Who got the football? The Indian fans are clapping. Dalton McBride on what looked to be a real busted play with nobody really reacting because it was 4th down, able to scamper away to the near sideline. The Bulldogs keep the offense out of the field. They recover the fumble. The Indians able to strip it free. Somebody got it back. Panic to snap. Anderson to hold. It'll be a 37-yarder close to the right hash. A perfect angle for a right-footed soccer-style kicker. And here it goes. Up in the air, bending off to the left side, and it is good again. Congratulations to the sophomore, Rig Tinoco. He has scored the last 6 points for the Toombs County Bulldogs as they pulled it within 21-13 as we take a break with 8:10 to go, third quarter on Y101. He'll stay in at quarterback. Ken in motion. And Usher runs the football up the middle, meets a resistance, breaks a tackle. Where's the ball? He's moving down the right side, inside the 10 to the 5. Did he pitch it? And the Bulldogs get a touchdown. He must have pitched it at the last moment because it was a small dog, maybe Tyrese Ken, who ran it in down the Bulldog sideline. How about that? I didn't see the pitch if he pitched it. That's part of that option offense. If you're being tackled and you can make a good pitch, let it go. So Ken, who's made 2 big plays, I believe, scored that touchdown. Comes with 2:13 to play, and the Bulldogs are not giving up. Tinoco to try the extra point. With the Bulldogs down 31-19, and he boots it up, and it's through. And the Dogs are down 31-20. As they stop the Indian run and score 7 with 2:13 to play as we break on Y101. 10 to the 15 to the 20 to the 25, flag down, still running toward the Indian sideline, up around the 40, and Usher took a big hit near the sideline. Here comes a penalty flag. Usher took a hit pursuing. Hope he's okay. There's a penalty flag thrown on that play. And Usher, has he gotten up yet? I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I don't think he's gotten up. Here comes Blake Brooks, the trainer for the Toombs County Bulldogs. Of course, Jordan was injured last year throwing the football against Pierce, injured his knee. He plays with a brace on that knee. But the contact seemed to me to be to the body and not the knee, but I didn't really get a good glimpse at it, except out of the corner of the eye as a return man was coming up near the sideline. Usher was trying to hit Kent down the left side, didn't throw the ball accurately, and it was an easy pick for the Indian. Then on the return, there were 2 penalty flags, one thrown on the return and then one on the contact on the sideline. The first penalty at the 30 and the second one at the 45. The Bulldog players are on a knee right now. And the Vidalia Indians will beat the Toombs County Bulldogs, and I hate to say it, but you got to. It's the fact. They beat them for the 7th straight year, but let's see if the Dogs can come back next year and keep them from getting 8 straight, because that's a Bulldog term, the 8 straight, which ended after the win in 2001 in the pit. Both teams out to the center of the field, shaking hands. The Indians claim the rivalry game again, but the Dogs made it a game as they lose 31-20. They were down 14-0 after the first quarter and 21-0 after the first 5 seconds of the second quarter, as the Indians were driving the ball downfield, long drives and short drives, and the Dogs were making mistakes. But then Irvin Mincy blocked a punt that seemed to change the momentum. The Dogs got a touchdown run out of Usher and a 45-yard field goal out of Tinoco to end the half to pull to within 11. And another field goal, a 37-yarder by Tinoco to pull the Dogs even closer. But then Laura kicked a 41-yard field goal, and Henry scored on a 14-yard run. And, of course, Kent, I believe, taking a pitch, scoring on a long run for the Bulldogs to make the final 31-20. I'll be headed down to the field to talk to the Bulldogs and head coach Lyman Guy as Vidalia wins 31-20 on Y101.